Hey everyone, I hope you are doing well. So, welcome to the channel. And my name's Michelle Townsend. I'm a mum of two, and called boys with Rebecca and Matthew, and I'm married to the wonderful Darren Townsend. So, we are the Townsend family. Welcome to the channel. So, today we are going to be talking about autism and having twins. I'm going to be telling you our journey from, say, pregnancy and birth, and how we came to the diagnosis of Matthew's autism. So I found that I was pregnant in December 2015. Now the pregnancy was pretty good, and I had no trouble. The twins came at 36 weeks, so no 4 weeks early then, but they came out beautiful. Matthew came out. I'll have to remember now. I think it was 6 pounds, like 8 pounds, and Rebecca was 6 pounds too. So yeah, pretty heavy for twins. So basically, what was it like? Now I was a new mum, never been a mum before, so was really nervous, and even from holding the baby, I wasn't a very natural new mother, and that. But what was it? I did what I need to, and actually it came very natural to me. Like when they came out, I wanted to hold the baby. We had that, like I say, bond. So they did try to allow the twins to breastfeed. We tried a couple of times, but unfortunately, both of them wouldn't latch on. Now, some people say that breast is best, and that's probably very true. But I just really wanted to say to people who may be watching this, if you're going through pregnancy and you're worried about breast, say, feeding and that, then I'm going to send you over to my friend Cheryl, a life with her, and she's a breastfeeding counsellor, and on her channel she's going to be talking about just that. So please do go over. The link will be down in the description. So anyway, I couldn't breastfeed, so I chose the bottle. That was best for us. It was best in so many ways. Matthew had really trouble latching on, even to what was it? Even the bottle, because we was feeding him, but he wasn't taking the milk and that. So it was really hard the first couple of weeks, actually, the first couple of months even. So my husband then was working full time at a hotel, so he was doing shift work. I had help from my parents, and but the majority of the time, I had to do all the work. Now I had a C-section, a cesarean, and I was in pain a lot of the time. So it was really hard for me. I'm going to take this jacket off, guys, because I'm quite warm. So it was really hard for me, and we're gonna go and sit down as well. Oh, that's better. So yeah, it was really hard for me to kind of try to get the camera angle. From the word go, really, because I had to make up, say, bottles. So literally, we would make up round about they had in the beginning 8 to 10 bottles. So yeah, there was a lot of bottles. So we bought I think 10 bottles. There were 6 in the thing, then we bought some more. So we had to sterilize them and everything. Yeah, looking back, it was a lot of work, guys, a lot of work. And I remember we used to kind of put bottles in the fridge and for the evening, but then what was it Matthew didn't like it really cold, so then we had to warm it up. If you do it in the microwave, you gotta be super careful because it doesn't heat up so. It was a nightmare, but we done it sometimes. Rebecca, I didn't mind cold milk, and In the day, I used to have like a routine. So literally, I would like as I get the sellers side, what was it? Do the milk up and just leave it on the side to cool down. Once it was cooled down, I used to heat it up in kind of water, and that was probably best. And then just test it on like your palm of your hand and that, and it was fine. As in terms of say feeding them same like at the same time, what I found was that it wasn't always say necessarily to do that. So what would happen is that I would have the calicots down here, like in the living room, and that side by side, and I would sit and watch TV, and or I'd be doing the milk or the washing and that. I couldn't really do a lot because the first 5 to 6 weeks I was in pain. So just getting back to the bottles and that, they would have we started with 8, and then they went down to 6, but it took a long time to get down to like 4 and 2, and then one a day. So they both struggled at first, even drinking a lot of milk, and but we got there. Um, so sometimes we would feed them at the same time. Other times we wouldn't. I tried to because, to be honest, there needed to be a routine in place. But Matthew was the one who would always wake up for a bottle. So, like in the first like 6 months, Matthew and Rebecca was in our room on and off. So Matthew would wake up, then he would wake his sister up. He wanted a bottle or a change. So we had this rule, like if Matthew woke up, Daddy would take him and deal with him. If Rebecca woke up, that was mine because Rebecca was on my side. Then we swap it around, and it was like so. But it got to the point whereby maybe about 6 months, we just had enough. Even to the point where Darren actually brought Matthew down here, and he still wasn't a certain. And Matthew was he wasn't a quiet baby. He was very loud. He was grumpy as well, very grumpy. Unlike now, he's very happy and chirpy. Teething was amazing nightmare. It was a nightmare. Matthew was not a happy boy, and nor was Rebecca. They would go through hell. So we had Calpol at the ready and stuff. I was so glad when they got their teeth because it was kind of like the molders was like the worst. So if we just get like roll back a little bit, and let's talk about the autism now, because the changing and the feeding and that, what was it like? If you are like a new mum and you having twins, what I would say to you is this: make sure that you've got a lot of baby gowns. Okay, just make sure that what was it? If you just got one, even make sure. If you got two, just get the white ones. Yeah, because or like or dark ones if you can, because we didn't dress our kids until they was much more older. They was in baby gowns up to probably a year. The only time they got really like dress up is when my mum came over and she wanted them in clothes, but there was no point. Like they would just roll around on the floor and stuff. They would be sick, rolling their own poop and stuff, because babies do that. Pause it. You put a nappy to the side. Next thing, if especially if it was Darren changing, say Matthew or Rebecca was the one who was a roller. Matthew not so much, but yeah, or even they might have explosion nappies. So basically, this is where they just go poof, and you get all like poop, and it goes all up their back, and you have to bath them. So yeah, nice times. And we had fun. There were boys. They do fountains and stuff like that. Um, so it was always like going out was that thing of like you would go right. I would say to my mum, right, we'll be over around about 11. Because I knew, even though if we was up early, like Dan used to bring them down, and then I used to like struggle to get down, but then I had to get them dressed. I had to put them in the car seats. Now, what I should have done, but I didn't, and I wish I probably did this. No, was that what I should have done is left the car seats in the car, and then took them out, just holding them like I do now, really, and put them in the car seat. But no, what did I do? I brought the car seats in because sometimes it was easier to do that. Like if they was asleep in the car seat, we bring them in, we'll take them upstairs, we transfer them to their cot and that or basket, and that was fine. But nah, I decided to bring them in, and then I had to carry them both out, and they was heavy, like they was heavy. So the baby car seats was no, they're not like the car seats I got now. You could put them on like a pram or the pushchair and that. So there was quite handy in ways, and you could carry them. They was like carrying car seats and that, so that was quite easy. But yeah, well, I can't believe because I think that made my C-section probably worse. But at the time, I didn't think about it, and at the time, I didn't want to leave one of them like in the car and come back for the other one and then bring out because I can guarantee you now, probably Matthew would have been sick, or sometimes it would have been Rebecca. You get them changed, you put them in the car seat, bleh, or one of them, had gone for a poo, and it was just like, oh my god. So like, getting out of the house was really really hard. Like if you are watching this and you know what was it, parents who got twins, if they say 11 o'clock, if they come at 11 o'clock, wow, they must have been getting ready super early because I'm telling you now, we never got anywhere on time unless we got, say, the kids up ready. And even then, like I said, the unpredictable, like hourly of them, being sick, bringing up their milk or needing them change was constant and that. So just getting back to their development and stuff, I'm gonna do more, I think, on this. Yeah, what I will do is that we will talk about like Matthew and his autism and the signs and that. But what I want to really kind of focus on, I think, in the next couple of videos is their developmental stages and that. And was I think you will then see how Matthew and Rebecca was like so kind of like a delayed and that. So I think I'm going to leave it there. So we found out that Matthew had autism at age 3. But like in the next video, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about like the first like a year and their development in more detail. So I don't know whether it will be this week, but definitely kind of like next week. I'm going to write down a few things and we're going to compare their development to so-called normal development. What I will say is this, is that every child is different. They develop at, what's it, kind of, I say different, stages and that and times and that. So we can never be sure um, that like every child will, say, achieve that goal at that age. And that's what I want to talk about in the next video is child development and like but also development delays as well. So having like say twins, which it seems quite interesting to me that all the twins parents that I know, one child has like either autism or some special need and that. So there does seem to be a pattern, but then there are lots of other twins who kind of don't. So it'd be quite interesting. So if you are like a twin, or you have like a twins in that, even with or without disabilities, or one have a disability and one doesn't, let me know in the comments, and also about your kind of like experience as well. So I know that we got another channel, what was it, who watched like autism, was it, no, twins, autism and us, Adam and Amy, hello. um so yeah, let me know what was kind of like the first signs that, you guys saw like in your boys, and that, because I want to talk about those, and some of kind of like what we all seem to get, and I'll go through that in the next video. So take care, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you got any questions, please leave them like in the comment, and I'll get back to you. But in the meantime, take care, and I will see you maybe tomorrow. And the gym is going really well. I'm going again today, at 5 o'clock. So yeah, that will be my 3 sessions in a row. So very happy with that. And I've just been out for a big breakfast with like my mummy friends from Matthew's school. It's really nice to connect with them, and that, and to talk, and to kind of to talk about things that, we maybe can't talk about with our like other friends, and that, or our friends with children without like ASAD. So yeah, anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.